All right, here we go. So I'm not going to put the sheet up, but I am just going to write the answers or the process on the board so you can see how to work through the process and go through making sure that you know what you're doing. So the first thing I ask you to do is to pull up the clean version of the assessment review and take the quiz by yourself without your notes and without your review that we did at school. So pull it up. You can write the answers on your paper, but you need to go through the process because remember, you only have 50 minutes to finish the test. So you need to practice on getting through the process of thinking through the questions and answering. So practice that and then come back to the video, check what you've done at home against what I'm showing you here. Okay? That is the form of studying that you need to do, not just looking at your paper. You can just sit there and look at your paper, and that's really not studying. Studying means that you need to redo the questions. Just like if you're on a football team, your coach keep telling you, run that play again, run that play again. Yes, you did the play already, but you got to perfect the play, and that's why you got to continue to work on math just like you work on the skills in sports as well. Okay. All right, so let's start with number one. Number one says use the distributive property to write an equivalent expression. I need you to understand that when you write an expression does not come with an equal sign, and it doesn't. The question does not tell you to solve it, but to rewrite the expression, rewrite the expression that's there as an equivalent expression. So the question gives us 8 parentheses 3 plus 2. Okay, the distributive property here says I take my 8, and we know distribute means to pass it out, so you're passing the 8 out to the 3, and then you pass it to the 2, and then your plus sign remains the same. Remember, a number next to a parenthesis means to multiply that number times what's inside the parenthesis. So 8 times 3, this will be 24, and then the plus sign simply comes down times 8 times 2, which is 16. So this is the answer to number one. You are writing, simply writing an expression. Okay? Number two says, what are the common factors of 24 and 32? So 24 and 32. So remember, factors are numbers that you multiply together to get this number. So if you have your multiplication chart, you could simply look on your chart. We start with 1, and we always know that 1 times the number itself equals that number. Same thing for 32. 1 times 32 equals 32. Okay? After you do 1, you can check your chart and go down and see 2. Under the 2, 2 times what is 24? 2 times 12 is 24. Then move to the number 3. So we did 1, 2, move to 3. 3 times what is 24? 3 times 8 is 24. Now 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times what is 24? 4 times 6 is 24. What about 5? 5, we know 5 is the multiples of 5, end in 5 or 0. So this wouldn't work. And then now we're back at 6. 6 is right here, so we are done. Once you reach that number again, a number that you've already written, we're done. Okay, let's move to 32. 1 times 32, move to number 2. After 1 is 2. 2 times what is 32? This won't be on your multiplication chart, but as you matriculate through multiplication, you start to understand. 2 times 16 is 32. What about 3? 3 times anything 32? No. What about 4? 4 times what? 4 times 8 is 32. 5, again, 5 would be no because all multiples of 5 in 0 or 1. What about 6? 6 times anything 32? No. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 6 is 36. What about 7? No. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 5 is 32. And then we're back to 8. So we are done. These are all of the, excuse me, these are all the common factors for 24 and 32. What are common? 1 and 1. 2, yes. What about 3? No. What about 4? Yes. 4 here, 4 here. We know 5 is a no. What about 6? No. 7, 8 is there. Yes. 8 and 8. And then 16, no. 32, no. All right, so our common factors on your on your test paper. Well, you won't have a paper. You'll be taking this on the computer. It asks you to make sure you use commas. So when you put it into Carnegie, you got to make sure that you separate your numbers by commas. Otherwise, you'll write 1, 2, 4, and 8 as your common factors, and that looks like 1,248. You got to separate by commas, even when you put it into the system. Okay? All right, next question. That was number 2. Number 3. Number 3 asks for the common multiples of 3 and 4 between 1 and 30. So you write down the numbers 3 and 4, and you skip count. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and 30. Okay? Then 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, and 32. 32 is greater than 30, yes, but I just wanted to make sure we got to 30. All right, now, what are the common multiples? That means, what do they have in common as multiples? Do we have 3 in both groups? No. And I also make sure you go number by number to make sure. 3, no. 6, no. 9, no. 12, yes. 15, no. 18, no. 21, no. 24, yes. 27, no. 30, no. So our common factors, again, when you write them down on your paper and in Carnegie, you must separate the number 12 and 24 by a comma. Okay? All right. Next, number 4. Number 4 says estimate, then calculate each product. Write your answer in lowest terms. I didn't do the estimation first because it does say estimate and then calculate each product. I'm not sure if that's the best idea considering you're still working on understanding multiplication of fractions. So I would really rather you do find the product first and then estimate. So we have 3 fourths times 9 fifteenths. I want you to be reminded that you must do the multiplication. If you need to use area model, use it. Please don't just say, oh, I don't want to do that, that's too much. No, you've got to do the process to get your best grade and to give your best shot. Do the process. Go through the process of multiplying. Even when it's larger numbers, you can do this. You got this. Okay? So remember, this is multiplication. This is not keep, change, flip. You don't keep, change, flip when you're multiplying fractions. Okay? All right, so we see 3 times 9. We know that's 27. But 4 times 15 could be a little more difficult. Create your area model. This is 4 times 15. 10 plus 5 is 15. 4 times 10 is 40. 4 times 5 is 20. 40 plus 20 is 60. So this is 27 over 60 as your answer. But it also asks us to, trying to make sure this is number 4. Or is this number 4? Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped. This is number 6. I'm sorry, y'all. This is number 6, so we'll go back to number 4 in just a moment. I guess I was anxious to get to number 6. All right, this is number 6. We'll go back to number 4 in just a second. All right, so number 6, estimate and then calculate each product. Write your answer in lowest terms. So here, I know that I've got to divide 27 and divide 60 by the same number because whatever I do to the numerator, I have to do to the denominator. So 27 and 60, I can divide both by 3. 27 divided by 3 is 9. 60 divided by 3 is 20. So this is 9 over 20 is our answer to number 6. But it also says to estimate. When I think about it, This 9 is close to 10, so I would say this is like 10 over 20. So 10 over 20, if I can double my numerator and get my denominator, that is the benchmark 1/2. So my estimate is 1/2. Okay? Hopefully you understood that. That was a lot. Okay? Estimate. This 9 is close to 10, so you would say this is about 10 over 20, which is equivalent to 1/2. All right, now we gotta go back. We gotta go back to number 4. Number 4 asks us, determine the least common multiple for the numbers 6 and 10 using prime factorization. So we must use prime factorization for 6 and 10. You have 6, you have 10. 6 is 2 times 3. These are both prime numbers. And 10 is 2 times 5. These are both prime numbers. Okay? Once you've done that, now you can create your chart. Tongue got stuck there a little bit. Create your chart. This is 6. This is 10. Okay. All right. Now we write down the prime factors of 6, which are 2 and 3. And then the prime factors of 10 are 2 and 5. You always match your prime factors up with the one up top. So we have a 2, so since we have a 2, it goes under the 2. We have a 5. 5 does not match 3, so it needs its own column. Okay? Now we are done. Remember, we are finding the least common multiple. To find the least common multiple, you have to multiply all numbers in each column once. Okay, multiply numbers in each column once. So in other words, I see 2 2s here in the chart, but we don't say 2 twice. That is given to us once. So this is 2. This is 3. This is 5. So you don't say 2 times 2, that's 2. So I could just write over it and just say 2, right? So now we multiply 2 times 3 times 5, because that's the number in each column. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30. So my least common multiple for 6 and 10 is 30. Okay, moving on. I want to get finished. All right, number 5. Number 5 asks for the greatest common factor of 18 and 72. 18 and 72. All right, so for 18, 2 times 9 is 18. 2 is a prime number, so we're done. 9, 3 times 3 is 9. 3 is a prime number, so we're done. Moving to 72, 8 times 9 is 72. Those are composite numbers, so we've got to keep going. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 is prime, we're done. 4 is composite, we're not done. 2 times 2 is 4. 9 is 3 times 3. They're both prime, so we are done. Okay, so now we can create our chart. We have 18. We have 72. Chart, chart, chart. All right, now I look at my 18 and I find all my prime numbers and I put it in the chart next to 18. I have a 2 and I have 2 3s. For 72, I have 1, 2, 3 2s. That 2 goes below that 2, but the other two 2s do not have a match, so they go in a column by themselves. Okay, then I have 3 and 3. Those match, so they go there. Okay, so for greatest common factors, we multiply only common factors. Multiply only, I'll just say factors they have in common? Okay, what factors do they have in common? They have 2, 3, and 3. They do not have these in common. So I'm multiplying 2 times 3 to the second power. Remember, powers means I multiply my base number that many times. So 3 2 times. So 2 times 9, which equals 18. So my greatest common factor is 18. Okay? Hope you can see that. Okay? All right, moving on. My time is running out. That was number 5. We did number 6. Number 7. Number 7 is 2 3/4 times 3 4/5. Change these to improper fractions. You start at the bottom. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11 over 4. Your denominator stays the same. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 4 is 19 over 4. So now I can multiply. You have to do your process. 19, which is 10 plus 9, and 11 is 10 plus 1. You draw your line where your plus sign is, and you multiply. 10 times 10 is 100, 10 times 9 is 90, 10 times 1 is 10, 1 times 9 is 9. So now you have 190 plus 19, which gives us 209. So this equals 209 over, that should not be a 4, this should be a 5, I'm sorry, over 20. 209 over 20. I don't think your assessment is asking for you to change this to a mixed number, but it does ask us to calculate. So I know that 20 divided by 20 equals 1. And then 20 can't go into 9, so that would be a 0. So it'll be 10, and then that 9 would be left over 20. So if I'm thinking about this, I know, again, if I'm estimating, this is like 10 over 20. So this is, as an estimate, this is like saying 10 and 10 over 20, which is 10 and a half. And I was talking to you all today about making sure when you do the estimate, because it's going to give you numbers to choose from, you always round up or you estimate up. So this would be close to 12. Okay, this would be close to 12 because it gives you a series of numbers that you could circle. So I think it's like 5, 6, 8, and then 12. You wouldn't say 8. 8 is below 10. So you always round up, okay, or estimate up. All right, and we have the estimate and we have the exact answer. All right, we are on number 8. The bell is about to ring. Oh my gosh. All right, the bell is close to ringing, so I might have to speed up or I might not be able to get finished. Number 8. Number 8 is 3/8 divided by 9/16. I know I need to what? Keep, change, flip. Keep, change the sign, flip the second fraction. 16 times 3, gotta work it out. 10, 6 times 3 is 30, and 18, that's 48, so that's 48 over 72. If I wanted to simplify, I know that I can divide both by 8. No, we could go up some. We could divide both by 12. Equals 4 over 6. And I know 4/6 equals, I would divide each by 2, which would give me 2/3. 4 divided by 2 is 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3. So number 8, my answer is 2/3. Number 9. Number 9 says 6 1/3 divided by 2 and 4/9. We know we cannot multiply. We cannot multiply nor divide fractions if we have mixed numbers. We've got to change it to improper fraction. 3 times 6 is 18 plus 1 is 19 over 3 divided by 9 times 2 is 18 plus 4, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22 over 9. But this is division, so I need to what? Keep, change, flip. Look like KFC, but it's not, KCF. So keep 19, change my sign, flip my second fraction. Now I have 19 thirds times 9 over 22. We know that we have to do the area model. 19, 10 plus 9 times 9 is 90 plus 81. 90 plus 81 equals 171. So this is 171 over 3 times 22 is 66. So 171 over 66. And again, I don't think you need to change it to a mixed number, but if you do, you know, you can divide and you can think about 66 plus 66 is 12. 132 is going to get you as close to 171 as possible. That's 2 times. So that's 2. And you could say 171 minus 132. That would be 11, 6, 0. 11 minus 2 is 9. 6 minus 3 is 3. So that would be 39 over 66, which you still could simplify 39 and 66 by dividing by 3. If you did that, that would give you 2 and 13 over 22, I believe. Okay? All right, and finally, number 10, we're there, we're making it. Number 10, Kirsten has 5.5 feet of wood. This is what she starts with. And it says she's created a sculpture, needs to divide, there's your key word, the wood into 3/4 foot pieces. So I'm dividing this into 3/4 foot pieces. How many pieces can she cut from the wood? Change, 2 times 5 is 10 plus 1, 11 over 2. Keep, change, flip, equals 44 over 6, which we know we need to divide. We can divide this by, divide by 2, equals 22 over 3. 22 divided by 3 equals 7 with 1/3 left. Okay, that is your answer, 7. Can you see it? And 1/3, okay? It also asks, this is key, if you don't do the written part, you're gonna get points taken. It says, then write a sentence to describe your answer. You can start with repeating the question. How many pieces can she cut from the wood? Kirsten divided 5.5 by 3/4. She can cut 7 1/3, because it asks how many pieces, 7 1/3 pieces from the wood. Okay? All right, remember, you gotta write that last piece. If you don't write it, then you get points taken, and I want everyone to have a 100%. Thank you all for listening. It was a great time for me going over these skills that you will need for success tomorrow. Be good to yourself, love on yourself. You know why, y'all? Love y'all. You're worth it. Bye.